Good evening on this Wednesday, the 18th of February, 2026. I'm gonna do a macaroni salad. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add half a cup of mayonnaise. Some people could add like a whole cup. I'm just gonna go with a half a cup because I'm gonna add sour cream too. So vice versa, to make it a little, even though it's kind of fattening too, but it's not as greasy, I'm gonna go with a half a cup of sour cream. Okay, let me see if I can just level this baby out. Yeah, I say that's about a half a cup right there, according to my measurement here. So the first thing you're gonna do is dressing first for your salads. Even if you're doing a potato salad, get everything out. Get yourself whatever you have to chop up, the peppers, the onions, and all that. Talking about onions, I gotta take out my onions before I forget it. And leave it out. Okay, here guys. It's right here, so I don't forget, because I had put it in the refrigerator. Because since I was boiling that macaroni, it's now should be lukewarm, kind of cold already. And you could always use cold water to start the cooking process, so it's not. You want it more like al dente, not too soft. Some people might like it soft. It's like al dente, I think it's good. Not too hard either. Anyway, so we got this cup in here now. Whatchamacallit? Let me see if I can just take this, because we're not going to waste this mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is expensive too. And it's going to go right into the refrigerator. I don't like to leave like stuff like this out. I do like the taste of mayonnaise. It does have salt too, though we're going to add salt to this baby too. But I want to put this in the refrigerator. I don't like my mayonnaise. I would just take it out. If you're doing like a party or whatever, and you have your bowl, whatever, try to put like underneath like a tray that you could fill out with ice. This way it stays cold and nobody gets sick in your party. Because mayonnaise gets contaminated at room temperature. I don't know how some people could sell some stuff outside in the street and leave the mayonnaise out. That's a no-no, because you're gonna get sick. No good. Don't buy from those people like that, because you're likely to get sick. Most likely you'll get sick. Anyway, so now we're gonna go with another half a cup, but this time with sour cream. Okay, so I have the sour cream here. I think it's even expired, but it's still good. I tasted it. So it's still good because it's been in the refrigerator. Yeah, so I think this is still good. I'm trying to get a cup in here. It's cold over here. And somehow it's like, I think that's close to a cup, maybe a little more. A little more, I think that's good. I think that's fabulous. Okay. Same thing, I like to taste the sour cream. Especially on baked potatoes. I love sour cream. On baked potatoes. And if you have fresh chives, that's even better. Or dry chives, but dry chives is not the same. When you get it fresh, it's actually better. I think we're finished with this. I think so. I'm going to just put it on top of there in case I do need it again. But I think I am finished with that. Same thing with the sour cream. Don't leave it out. Put it back in the refrigerator. Right after you use it. Don't leave it out. It'll last long on you and you're not going to get sick. Okay, so that we got. Okay, so I'm going to go according to instructions. I got my instructions here. Handwritten. Scribble, scrabble. Okay, 2 cups of macaroni, which is already cooked over there. 1 cup mayonnaise, I went with a half a cup. And then I went with sour cream, because you could add sour cream. Half a cup, that's what I put. 1/3 cup of chopped carrots, which is right here, according to this measurement, is about close to 1/3. And then I just chopped a fresh carrot right there. And then it goes. I'm not gonna mix it. I don't think we need that. I don't think so. Then 1/4 minced onion. Onion is right here. Slightly a little higher. It's okay. It's not gonna kill us. 1/4. I'm making a mess over here. Since I banged it there was no need to bang it, but I did. Okay, moving right along. 3/4 teaspoon of dry mustard. That's what I said? 3/4 teaspoon. I think they meant a cup, not 3/4 teaspoon. But what I gotta do, because I have mustard here. And where's my dry mustard here? There it goes. So I'm going, normally I go like with 1/8 on everything. Which with my measuring spoon is here. Because I do have regular mustard too that I'm gonna add. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go with that much mustard. So we're just gonna put like 1/8 just to give it a little flavor, dry mustard. 1/8 of everything. 1/8 was supposed to be another one. Two little ones, I guess. That's 1/8, I believe. And dry mustard, 1/4 garlic right here. Okay, this is the garlic. Oh. The next is 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So the mayonnaise have salt, so you don't really even have to add salt, but I'll add it anyway. Not gonna kill me? I don't think so. The next is 1/8 teaspoon of dill, which this is the dill that I have. If you have dill pickles, you could go with that too. But I didn't have, so I'm gonna use the regular dill weed here, which will give you some flavor. 2 of those. Bingo. And then parsley. If you got fresh parsley, it's better. I don't, so I'm gonna go with the dry parsley here. The same thing, 1/8. I don't know if I got more dry parsley anywhere, but I gotta definitely fill up this baby. Shut him up here. Because he is talking. 1, 2, that's good. And what's the next step here? Black pepper, 1/8. My black pepper is over here. I think I did have some black pepper here. Well, I'm going to measure. Because we don't want to, I think a little less is better than more. So I think that's good. I think that's good. I don't like a lot of black pepper either, but it just gives it flavor. Parsley we already put. A dash of paprika, then I'm going to push. I could even put it down. They say a dash. What's a dash? A dash? I guess it's a dash just like this. I think this looks like a dash to me. Make a pinch. I guess just to give it color. I guess that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I think we got all the spices. Now we add the salt we did over there. 1 tablespoon of sugar. With sugar I do have here. This normally sugar I use when my friend comes over. Make sure it's always covered, so that's good. I say it's 1 tablespoon. And the sugar is there. It's covered. Good. No little critters here. You know those little critters, when they run around, they don't have sugar. Sugar, 2 hard-boiled eggs. Okay, we have the eggs. When you have the boiled eggs, make sure you let them get cold. Run them in the water when you boil it. Boil them at least for 15 minutes to 16 minutes, and they should come out like this. You don't want to ring around the yellow. That means you overcooked your eggs. So try to put it on a timer 15 to 16 minutes, or look at your wall clock to make sure you do not overcook your eggs after they're nice and cold. After you run them on the water, take them out of the shells, or the skin of the egg or whatever, take it out, then just chop it up with this little knife. That's how I did it. So in it goes. That's it. Yeah, by the way, I'm gonna add red bell peppers to this. You don't have to, but it's slightly under 1/2 cup. So in it goes. Let me see. I think I can put this in this thing. So I can get all of these little red bell peppers in here. It's just gonna make it look a little fancy, maybe a little tastier. Okay. What did I do? Yeah, I wanted to add mustard to this. Let me see what it says. 1/4 cup of distilled water. Where's my other cup? I think I put it over here. That's better. Okay, here it goes. So I gotta rinse this off because we want it to kind of soapy water. So you don't want nothing tasty like soap. I don't think so. Okay, vinegar. We say 1/4 a cup. This still one. Remember, this is 1/4 right here. Coming right up. Right there, 1/4. Bingo. And in it goes. Okay, and then what else we had here? 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. Okay. Good. I did add dry mustard too, but I'm gonna add both of them. You don't have to try it. You could either just go with this one. You don't have to. Whatever you have. If you have this, use this. You don't have this one, the regular mustard. You have dry mustard, use that. And if you have anything fresh herbs, by all means, add it. It will taste much better. So that's about 1 tablespoon. But that's going to give it more flavor here. Okay. So all this is already in here. And I think we're done with this mixture. This is what they want us to do first. Okay, let me see. Yeah, yellow mustard. Yeah, I think we're done with everything that I just added in here. This is going to go into my macaroni salad. Potato salad is almost kind of similar too. Almost kind of the same thing here. Okay. Now what I want to do is kind of mix this up. I can use this one. And we're just going to mix this baby around first. And this is going to be what's called the dressing. I don't want to put my mustard in the refrigerator. Anything that goes in the refrigerator always stays in the back of the refrigerator. After opening, you should refrigerate it. Don't leave it standing out. So you don't get sick, and you don't get nobody sick in your house. Okay, so we're going to mix all this baby. Already has all the spices in here. And this is the dressing for the macaroni salad. Potato salad is pretty similar. Okay, so here it goes. Look at that. It looks perfect. And of course, the macaroni salad is good. This is all well blended. I want it to be nice and blended. It smells good. Nice color too. Probably better than the delis. Raymon's delicious macaroni salad comes right up. Yes. And it's delicious. Yeah, I had to put these in a jar so some of the noodles were mixed up with the other ones when I do macaroni and cheese. But these are plain. Anyway, so most of them are the right elbow macaroni. Elbow. Which is the right one to use. Elbow macaroni. You know which is elbow? Like elbow like this? Elbow like this. That one. Those little ones. Macaroni salad. And it's going to be nice and tasty. I'm going to refrigerate this baby. Because I'm going to have this as a side dish with yesterday's leftovers. And I am planning to make some stuffing too. I think it's called bread stuffing. I think that only takes like 5 minutes, but I'm not going to do it on the video. I'll just show you a photo up once I'm finished. And what I'm having for dinner. I should be having dinner hopefully by 7. Because I got to get Richard's dinner peanut butter sandwich ready. This is what he eats. This looks so colorful already. Look at it. It looks fabulous. Raymon's delicious. 2 days in a row I did videos. That is incredible. I broke the record. And I want to make a cake again, but I don't know if I'm going to make it tomorrow maybe. Maybe tomorrow. Or maybe on Friday. I don't know. I'll probably wind up eating the whole cake by myself. Yeah, because I want to make it pineapple in the middle. Like upside down pineapple. It's called. Then I'm going to put them together. In the middle. The pineapple will go in the middle. And then the cream will go on the top. And that's it. There's nothing to it. I think this is well blended. What I want to do is taste this baby. Let's see. Yeah, it's good. I made potato salad, but not this way. Well, this is good. Very delicious. And it's going to get more flavor as it sits inside too. Did I add salt? Like, the mayonnaise already got salt. I could have went with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but I didn't. But I'm gonna leave it like that because I think that's just good the way it is. But salt does enhance the flavor. Because that's normally what it does. Very good. What I would like to do is put, because I really want that flavor to stay in there. So I'm gonna put some saran wrap and put it right in the refrigerator so it's nice and cold. Like that's the way the salad is supposed to be, cold salad. Especially in the summer, this is good. Like if you're going to a barbecue, but remember you gotta ice it up. Make sure you have a lot of ice. You don't want this to get hot in the sun. Anything that has mayonnaise, be careful. So it should be very cold with lots of ice. We might want to put it in a separate cooler with a lot of ice underneath. Make sure it doesn't open up so no water goes in, because you don't want your price to mess up after all that work. I don't think so. Look at that. I got salad for what, 3 days? I'll probably eat it in 2 days because it's that good. Unless my friends call me and they want some, they can surely have some. You gotta call me. Let me know. Okay. This is gonna go into the refrigerator right now. If it fits. This is tricky here. I think it'll fit. I just gotta move some stuff here around. There it goes. Bingo. That took me a while. Yeah, I just moved some sodas to the side, put it on the top shelf of the refrigerator. So be it. Nice and cool. So that was Raymon's delicious macaroni salad. I'll read it to you. I'm going to turn the camera around. Oh, Johnny was watching. Hi, Johnny. Wepa! I got to make you potato salad. I mean, macaroni salad one day you come over. Hopefully the weather's good this Saturday. Let's see. And if Richard's not busy. Let's see. Where is the jamon? Yeah, some Spanish people do add jamon. Johnny's right about that. I guess that would be called Puerto Rican macaroni salad. Yeah, I'm sure some people do it like that, and it probably does taste. I did see some videos like that. You're right. Maybe next time I'll make you the one that has jamon. Jamon like Ramon in it. Anyway, let me turn this camera around. Here I am. I'm right here. I'm going to have to hold this because it's pointing to the ceiling. But anyway, here I am. Hi, Johnny. Hi, everybody who's ever watching. But I'm ready to cut off because I got to start Richard's peanut butter sandwich. Then I got to do my, it's going to be stuffed red bell pepper. Because I cut the ends, but I'm going to stuff it with yesterday's leftover. Or the pasta. And the correct way to say it is not pastelon. I think I was saying pastelon. It's pastelon. So I finally got it right today on this video. It's pastelon, Puerto Rican pastelon. And I'm gonna make stuff. What do you call that? Stuffing. This one, chicken stuffing, but it's not gonna have real chicken in it. So it's a stuffing mix. I'm gonna have that on the side. Yeah, change a little bit of the leftovers to make it look a little different. But anyway, the weather out there, I think it was like 40 degrees out today. But it looked nasty. It was like cloudy all day. So I just at home nipping. Tomorrow we probably have to go out for something that I guess we forgot to get because Richard didn't remind me. But anyway, tomorrow I think we'll go out. Hopefully the weather will be nice. And even if it's nice, we got to get that stuff. Anyway. So anyway, the ingredients for this calls for 2 cups of macaroni, elbow macaroni, 1 cup of mayonnaise. I went with a half a cup because I think it's actually better like that. And then a half a cup sour cream to substitute the other half of the mayonnaise. That's what I did. But you could just add 1 cup of mayonnaise and do away with the sour cream. It's up to you, depending how you want to do it. 1/3 a cup of chopped carrots. So I use those are raw carrots, and I just cleaned it. Chopped it up to little pieces, and in it went. But you could omit that. You could add anything into this salad. Like Johnny said, you could even add jamon, like ham, pieces of ham. Don't put big pieces in there. Put like little pieces. And then 1/4 minced onion, 1 teaspoon of dry mustard. I added both. I had regular dry mustard. Plus I put 1 tablespoon of dry mustard. Then I put 1 teaspoon of garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I forgot to put the salt, but the mayonnaise already has salt, so it doesn't really matter. It tastes good just the way it is. And then 1/8 teaspoon of dill, what they call it, dill weed. Yeah, so if you have regular dill pickles, you could just cut it up. You don't have to use this one. And if you have anything like parsley, if you could go, this goes for 1/8 teaspoon of parsley, but if you could use the regular parsley, it tastes even better. Just chop it up, that's it. You got a little mini chopper, put it in there, chop everything up at once. You could do it like that too. And you'll be done in no time. I did it by hand, even though I have my mini chopper there. Then, dashed paprika. I even forgot. I could put that at the end, just as a decoration. That's what I should do once I put it on my plate. No, I did add paprika. I did. Yeah, now I remember I did add paprika. But you could do it as a garnish too. Anyway, and remember, if you're using 2 cups of macaroni, use 3 quarts of water, like when you're boiling the macaroni. Don't overcook your macaroni. You want it more like al dente, not too soft. So I went more like that, more or less. So make sure you time it. Normally the macaroni is done between 10 to 12 minutes. So watch it, taste it. If it's too soft, stop the cooking process. And rinse it off. The cold water stops the cooking process. And let it just cool off by itself, and that's it. And then in the water you gotta add at least 1 teaspoon. It says 1.5 teaspoon of salt. That's in the water when you're boiling the macaroni. So I just added a teaspoon. Sometimes you don't even have to add salt to the water. Like I normally don't, but I did this time. And then 1 tablespoon of sugar goes into the dressing. 2 hard-boiled eggs. Those will chop. You could just go with 1 egg. If you don't like eggs, you could just omit the eggs and keep the eggs to make something else with the eggs. And 1/4 cup of distilled vinegar. That's what I use. This one. They're getting a free commercial. That one. Or you could use apple cider vinegar too, which gives it another flavor. And Richard doesn't like vinegar. So if I want to keep him away, I could use vinegar as a cologne. You know, keep Richard away all day. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. Don't add a lot of mustard in there. Don't do it like Puerto Ricans do, like shh. Because you're going to go overboard and it's going to taste nasty. That's why they have measuring spoons for a certain reason. And that's it. Yeah, okay, let me see what else Johnny said. Yeah, bring them on camera. Bring them on camera. Oh, Richard, you mean? Richard's busy over there. Where is Diamond? Hi, Johnny. Yeah, yes, it's nasty outside. Yeah, the weather is nasty. I don't know if it was raining. It's supposed to rain. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, Johnny, enjoy whatever you're having for dinner. You probably had your dinner already. But anyway, from Raymond's Kitchen, so long, Johnny. Viva Puerto Rico, wepa. And wepa to all the Boricuas out there. Wepa to everybody. I don't care what nationality you are. But anyway, from Raymond's Kitchen, I got to get Richard sandwich ready because it's about almost 6:30. That's the time I normally give him his peanut butter sandwich. So that's about it. Peace out from Raymond's Kitchen, so long. Be well and stay healthy. Bye.